Welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. I hope you're having a very blessed day. My name is Renee, and I'm so glad you can join me. We are back to Bible journaling, and this time we are in Jeremiah, the weeping prophet, y'all. For those of you who are following along, we're going through the Bible in chronological order this year. Next year I might do something a little bit differently. I'm doing this with a group in my on my Facebook group, and they're going through the Bible chronologically, and it's been such a blessing. So right now we're in Jeremiah, so I figured I'd take you all along with me, and we're going to do Let's Bible Journal Together videos. I know I got a whole bunch of new people to my YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining me. It's all about getting in the Word, having fun, creating, and just spending time with the Lord, really. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just jump in. I just show you what I do to maybe give you some ideas of different things you can do. So today we're going to start almost in the middle of Jeremiah, I guess, or even farther than the middle. I really needed this today, so that's why we're doing it. We are in Jeremiah, but I don't go chronologically through the book that we're in. I kind of skip around, so y'all know that. But today we are going to be in chapter 30. We're going to be focusing on verse 19, but just to give you a little bit of background, Jeremiah was a prophet right in the days of Israel when they were about to get overthrown by all their enemies, you know, like Israel was going to be taken captive, and if, you know, they already haven't been taken captive, he's the one warning everybody that, you know, if they don't shape up, that, you know, they're gonna get taken, and, you know, God will judge them. And he is the prophet called the weeping prophet because he saw what was going to happen to all the people, and it just crushed him, really. The Bible commentaries say that, you know, by the world's standards, Jeremiah was a miserable failure, it says, but in God's eyes, Jeremiah was one of the most successful people in all of history. That just blew my mind. Success as measured by God involves obedience and faithfulness. And boy, y'all, I think these days we need obedience and faithfulness. The basic theme of Jeremiah's message is simple: repent and turn to God, or he will punish us. And because the people rejected the warning, Jeremiah then began predicting the destruction of Jerusalem. So all of Jeremiah he's predicting what's going to happen. He sees what's going to happen to his people. And it literally, you know, crushes him. That's why he's called the weeping prophet. So going into chapter 30, it says here that the prophecy that Jerusalem will be rebuilt. So all along, he's warning the people, saying, hey, y'all, you know, please. And no one's listening to him. So the other part of the commentary says that, and let me flip to that page real quick, that Jeremiah, let's see, he agonizes over the message he must deliver. But the thing is nobody kind of listened to him. So it, you know, there was a lack of response. It says, so although you may feel discouraged at the lack of response, we must press on to tell others about the consequences of sin and the hope that he brings. And so, you know, Jeremiah often felt discouragement and sometimes bitterness because nobody would listen to him. And that's kind of how I've been feeling lately, y'all. I won't lie. So I relate to Jeremiah a lot. Yeah, it's been overwhelming to me just seeing all the hatred and the division and just seeing where our country is going. And I'm not going to get into all that, but I can totally relate to Jeremiah. I think I've been considering myself the weeping prophet lately. I'm not a prophet in no means of the stretch of the imagination, but I can relate to Jeremiah. And sometimes it gets frustrating and, you know, discouraging at times. But the beauty of this, and that's why I'm going to focus on this, is that throughout all this, God still says, hey, I am never going to leave you. There will be healing. There will be rejoicing again. He's going to bring everything back. So it talks here, healing Zion's wounds. And it talks about how God is going to bring us back to health, heal our wounds, He is going to, it says all the bad things that's going to happen to the people, but he says this is where you're at. Your injury is incurable, your wound most severe, you have no defender for your case. He's saying it's like it's a hopeless cause. It looks hopeless, right? It's a hopeless case. But he's saying, why do you cry out? Your pain has no cure. I have done these things to you because of your enormous guilt and your innumerable sins. But nevertheless, all who devoured you will be devoured, and all your adversaries, all of them, y'all, will go off into exile. Those who plunder you will be plundered. All who raid you will be raided. And I will bring you health, heal your wounds. This is the Lord's declaration. And then it goes on to saying about restoration of the land. And this is what I've been praying for so much for America. And it says, this is what the Lord says. I will certainly restore the fortunes of Jacob's tents and show compassion on his dwellings. Every city will be rebuilt on its mound. Every city. Every citadel will stand on its proper site. Thanksgiving, so this is the verse we're focusing on. Thanksgiving will come out of them, a sound of rejoicing. I will multiply them and they will not decrease. I will honor them and they will not be insignificant. And it goes on. So even though it looks dismal and dim and a hopeless case, like here, he says he will restore us. And Jeremiah was one that saw things at that moment, like things that were going to happen in the near future, as well as things, there's like a double meaning. So things for, what was going to happen to Jerusalem at that time, as well as what's going to happen in the future. And a lot of commentaries, that I've read say that this is not only talking about restoration of Jerusalem, but restoration of all of God's people. So I'm hanging on to that, y'all. Hanging on to that. So let's get on. I know that was like a big, long introduction. I usually don't do introductions like that, but for some reason, I just felt I needed to. Take it for what it's worth. It might be a God thing. Who knows? It's always a God thing, I think. But so I'm still in my fall mood. So on this page, I had these really, really pretty little fall leaves, die cut leaves that I got. Someone gifted me with all these little different little things. So I just printed out like a big die cut of a leaf. And so we're gonna do like another little fall page because it says Thanksgiving and it's getting near Thanksgiving. So hey, let's go with that. And I'm just all about the healing. Healing is coming, y'all. So I think that's going to be my title, is Healing is Coming. And I might even write Healing is Coming, y'all. So the first thing I'm going to do, I did gesso my page just lightly because I'm going to be using inks and watercolors. So right now I am just getting some watercolors, getting my getting these watercolors activated, getting the water in them. So just yellows, browns, oranges. These are really, really cheap watercolors, y'all. Just, watercolor, I think they're kids' watercolors, but all I'm doing is just dabbing the watercolor on, just like this. I want it kind of watered down. I'm just dabbing it in different places. And of course my book is on an angle again because I folded folded the whole book over. No rhyme or reason here. Just, put the colors wherever you want them. I'm going to do some splatters, but woo, that is dark. If it gets dark like that, just go in, dab it up, grab some water, water it down, dab it up. Just want little splotches. And you can do this with that splotching technique that I've showed y'all before with, plastic, the smooshing technique, I guess you would call it. So yeah, you can do it that way as well. Oh yeah, I've been kind of weeping a little bit along with Jeremiah. It's been, a rough month or so for me. But I know God has all of this and God has everything and in his control and it's all going according to his plan. He is not shocked by any of it. So I'm just, I'm mostly weeping for just the division and the hatred and all this stuff going on. It's just so sad, really, really sad. And it's, you know, heartbreaking. So hopefully, you know, when God comes back, Jesus comes back, that'll all change. And I know this is not our permanent home. And God has got great plans, so it'll definitely be a show to watch, and it'll be interesting to see. And you know, I'll grab my popcorn and my soda, and I'll sit back and watch what God's gonna do. That's what I just keep saying, you know. It'll definitely be a show, because you know God doesn't do anything in like a little manner. It'll be something big for sure. Okay, so let me quickly dry that real quick, just before, let me move all this, before I'm gonna do the splatters, because I want the splatters to kind of lay on top. I love doing just these little smooshy areas. It just gives something to the background. So easy to do. You don't even have to think. You can just kind of paint, have fun with it. And like I said, just do it the way you want to do it. If my style is not your style, maybe you see something that I do that you want to try, then jump in and, you know, try it. I love seeing what everybody else comes up with, because we can all take the same idea and then, you know, do it our own way and put it in our own style. And it comes, you know, you can have the same idea in 100 different pages. It's so cool to see. I love that. Everybody's like personal, unique style comes through. That's how God wants it. He doesn't want everybody to be the same. Okay, I got a couple little puddles there. It would be so boring. Life would be so boring if everybody did everything the same way. That's another thing I don't understand. Why everybody wants everybody to think the same. Life would be so boring that way, y'all. Really boring. Okay, let's see. Which color do we want? Ooh. Those are some drips. Okay, I think I'm gonna dab some of those. Oops, my hair is getting in everything. That's another thing with long hair. Hair gets in everything. I'm gonna dab up some of those. Let's do, I think I want, after doing those bigger drips, I think I'm gonna try smaller drips. Let's try something else, because that's not the look I wanted. Ah, there we go. Yeah. So if you shake your brush the way I just did it before, you'll get bigger drips. If you take your finger and go over it with the, you know, pull your finger through the bristles, like I just did, you'll get these smaller little splatters, which I like. And I'm just going to do a few of these. Okay. And then you get messy. See, get all messy. I'm going to dab my finger in this water. I'll wash that off. Okay, so while that is drying, I'll put this to the side there. Okay. I don't think I'll need these again, but I'll put it to the side just in case, because you never know. I always change my mind. Okay, so like I said, I printed this out just so I had a template, because I don't have any leaf stencils, like big ones like this. I had this paper. So people have asked me what I do. If you've watched my YouTube channel, I do have like Your Creative Studio unboxings. Those are subscription boxes that I get every month, and each month is usually a different theme. And people ask, well, what do I use that stuff for? Well, I use it in my junk journaling. I use it in my Bible journaling. And this was it came in a stack of different song paper. And since the verse says Thanksgiving will come out of them, a sound of rejoicing, I just started picturing music. And I saw another page kind of done like this, so I'm taking their idea, and of course I'm, you know, taking it and making it my own and putting my own twist on it. But they had like song paper cut out with a leaf image, so I really like that. So this is carbon paper. If you ever want to trace something, if I can remember, yes, if you ever want to trace something to a page, I want to get some of this image and the music. It's called the Christmas Tree Song, but I wanted this kind of image with the music. So I'm gonna try to get as much of that in as I can. So it's gonna go right about there. Okay, so I'm gonna you put the carbon paper with the carbon part down and the grayer part up. I got these on Amazon. It's a sheet of like 50, and they'll last you literally forever because you can keep using the same carbon sheet over and over and over. And so you take your image and you trace it like so. And I'm going to trace this a little wider because I want a wider stem, because I'm going to do something with this stem. And so you just take your image and you trace it, and the carbon will transfer down to the paper. So if you want to ever trace anything into your Bible, if you have an image that you're like, oh, I love this image, but I don't think I can draw it or whatever, or, you know, you want something quick like this, it just makes it easier. Okay. And then when you pull your carbon page up, voila, I don't know if y'all can see that. The harder you press, the darker the carbon will come on, but you can see the image right there. So now I'm just gonna cut this out. So I'm gonna grab my little cutter bee scissors, and I'm gonna cut this out. But yeah, you can use carbon paper right in your Bible and kind of put in the picture that you want, and then go back in and color it, or, you know, stamp it up, or do whatever you want with that picture. So I love carbon paper. I used to have a light box, but to use a light box in the Bible, it's a lot harder. You're trying to, you know, get it in between the pages, shove it in between the pages, and where my thing go? And it just didn't work so well. So the carbon paper is perfect. At least for me, it works really well. Should have done this a little darker. My eyesight is not the best. So yeah, I love these scissors. A tip for fussy cutting, this is called fussy cutting. You're cutting like little, you know, grooves and such out, and you're cutting, you know, you want to cut out like an image. The best thing to do is to move the paper, not your scissors. Just keep the scissors where it's at. I mean, I move it a little bit, but you're mostly moving the paper and just cutting with the scissors. So people with arthritis or what have you, they all say that helps a lot. Okay, y'all, I don't know where this part, I can kind of see it. Well, we'll just say it goes there and then it comes down here. As long as it kind of looks like a leaf, we're good. There we go, I can pick it up again. I lost the outline there for a little bit. And there's our leaf, look at that. Easy peasy. So I'm just gonna tear that off. We'll use some of this for something later. So let's see how close I got that. Pretty close, yeah, look at that, pretty close. I missed that little part I couldn't see. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this one out just because this is really thin paper. Yeah, it should cut real good. That is just really thin paper, and I want to do something, I want to tie some thread and such to this, and with that thin paper, it probably won't work. So I'm gonna glue that to this. This will just be like a little sturdy enforcement for it. This is much easier to cut because I can see it a lot better. Now, like I said, the harder you press this carbon paper, the darker your outline would be. So if you have that same issue, just press darker. I didn't press too hard. And if you do it on white paper, it shows up perfectly. I just did it on a printed page and with brown color, which kind of made the carbon paper blend in a little. Oh yes, y'all just watch me cut. Once we get this done, it'll go quickly. But yeah, I've been praying these scriptures and just kind of listening to what God has to say. And I know He's got a plan. I know He will not leave us nor forsake us. And I know that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. Always hope. And I know God is doing something in this world right now. It has been a crazy year, so He's got a plan. He's doing something. Okay, let's see here. Perfect. Okay, I got this new glue, y'all. This is the first time I am using it. I ran out of my other glue and I'm waiting for more to come. This is craft glue, white glue for craft projects. This is some glue I had, so let's see if we can. I thought I opened it. Whoa, yep, I sure did. Woo, glue's coming out everywhere. Where's my paper towel? Ugh. See y'all, making a mess. Well, the glue came out there. Now we need it to come out the top. Let's see, come on. Maybe I need to, no? I see the hole. I see it coming. Okay, let me see here. Let me grab this glue. It's almost gone. Technical difficulties, y'all. We'll figure it out. Come on. Just have a little bit left of this. Here we go. Yay, we got the glue. Put some down the stem. Okay. So this we are going to get on there as best as possible. This gives it a little bit of sturdiness, and then I'm just gonna trim off the little extra pieces here. Okay, that should be good. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do, I have this walnut stain ink, Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. And I am going to ink up the sides to make it stand out really good. Like kind of pop from the page. We'll see if this walnut stain will. It's not as dark as I want it to be. Let me grab, let's see, what other stains do I have? What other? Let's see, we've got brushed corduroy. Tea dye will be too light. Let's try brushed corduroy. Meanwhile, this glue is starting to. if something doesn't work, just move on and try something else. I do that a lot. This is a little harder because it's got all these little nooks and crannies. Just ink, 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 ink. This will make it pop out. There's another little piece sticking out right here. Yeah, it's a little darker ink. It's showing through better. This will make it just pop from the page. When you ink the edges up of any picture, anything, it usually gives it a little bit of more dimension. It makes it pop from the page a little bit more. Okay. Let me just get this part a little bit. Okay. So put that to the side. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do, let me move all this. Bring this back. I wanted to put this here. I have this little really soft, I guess you'd call it thread. And I was thinking I was gonna tie it. That's why I needed this to be a little bit, oh, where's my paper towel? I needed this to be a little bit sturdier so I could tie something to the little stem here. So let's see, where's my other scissors? I'll cut this here. Kind of just give it a little bow. I like these little fall colors. This thread is super, super soft, y'all. I love it. And I love like all the little threads sticking out of it. It gives it like a rustic feel. Okay, now I gotta get my big old fingers to try to make this little loop. And I hear my son, he's in a competition on the computer with some people, and I hear him yelling in the background, y'all. So just ignore that. Even his door is shut to his room, and his room's way in the back there. Okay. I want a little loop, and I want it strong. So you just keep fiddling with it. Okay. And then I'm just gonna cut off this. I don't want it too long. Okay. So that's gonna go there. I also have this, this kind of burlap, or I don't know what you'd call that. It's kind of like burlap ribbon. And then I have this ribbon. I could put that along the bottom and the top maybe. Yeah, I'll do that. And then this one, I was thinking of cutting some pieces off and having it sticking out from behind. Kind of like, again, like the fall. How do we want it? Maybe something like that. Y'all know I like to position things first before to make sure it's the way I like it. I don't know. I think I liked it like that before. Okay, where'd that glue go? Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna glue is this ribbon. So I've got all this glue in the house. I've got a whole thing of glue here. I gotta figure out how to get it out of the jar. Oh, goodness. Technical difficulties. I've had technical difficulties all week. My computer crashed. All my payment methods crashed for my business. It was fun, let me tell y'all. Oh, I love it. Love it. So now I'm just gonna, and if you want to glam this up, glitter it up, you can put glitter on it. You can, you know, we've been doing all the glam and sparkle on all our pages lately. You can glitter this up. I might do that, I don't know. I kind of really like this rustic feel though, this fall rustic feel right now. But who knows, that could change. Oh, I love it, love it. Okay, healing Zion's wounds and Thanksgiving. Okay, so I'm gonna grab, I have this little brown zig memory. I'm gonna just underline this, healing Zion's wounds, because I love the part of healing. And then I'm gonna underline verse 19, Thanksgiving will come out of them, a sound of rejoicing. And then it goes on, but I just know that that's the one that I was kind of focusing on in the healing. Healing and Thanksgiving. I am ready for healing and Thanksgiving for sure. Okay, so we have this other little piece too. We could do something with that. Okay, this glue keys. Okay, what's next? Okay, so I had these other little, let's see, little leaves. We could do, oh, they could kind of go like that and like, let's see. I want to make sure you can tell this is a, oh, I like that. I also have this vellum paper from Your Creative Studio boxes that I was thinking I might glue this on and cut it out and have the vellum piece, but I don't know. I think I kind of like this, that I can do for something else, have the vellum piece. I like the see-through. Okay, we'll put the vellum piece to the side because I don't think, I'll use that for something else. I really like the way this goes through. Okay, now the problem with this is trying to glue these. So I'm just gonna kind of put a little bit of glue on these. If I had a really fine tip glue, that would really help. If you have a glue stick, you can kind of just wipe the glue over the back of these. This is gonna be a little messy, but that's why we do get a paper towel and just kind of dab it like that. Stick it down and dab it. That way it won't stick to your fingers. And you can get it, hopefully get all the glue pieces off. Works pretty well if you kind of switch the area on your paper towel. Otherwise they'll start sticking to your paper towel next. So I'm just trying to get it on a lot of these little ribs of the leaf. Where do we want it? Where do we want it? Like that. I'll just put it right there. It's going there. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then where'd that gold one go? Y'all, oh, there it is. I just had it in my hand. Do we want it down there? Do we want it up here? I think I'm gonna put the title up here. So I think I'm gonna kind of leave that empty. I could just put that right there. So it's pointing at the verse. Or tuck it under here a little bit. What do y'all think? I really wish you can all talk to me while I'm doing this. Really wish. I think that's covering too much of the leaf up. I'm just gonna stick it there. Made the decision. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Otherwise, I'll just be moving the leaf around all day long and I'll be staring at this page for an hour. See, that's what I do when I'm not on camera, y'all. You know, like being on camera is kind of good for the fact that, and that it's, you know, I'm filming this, it makes me have to make a decision. It's like, come on, people are you know, watching you, you gotta make a decision. Versus if I'm here by myself and I don't have the camera on and I'm just, you know, I would literally stare at this page for an hour and be like, where do I want to put that? Where should I go here? Should I go there? I question myself way too much. Sometimes you just gotta make the decision. Just, you know, just go with it. Okay, oh, I forgot I had this. Woo, I have the pin in there. That wouldn't be good. It looks like this is fraying, so we gotta make sure we glue that down so it doesn't fray. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. Oh, that might be cool. Okay, well, before I do that, I have, okay, so I had the rest of this page, and I have this sticker sheet that I have been wanting to use. And I have these little flags. And so I like this one, because I just like it. Because I just like it. And I'm thinking... Gosh, y'all, look at all this glue on my hands. I'm thinking, yeah, I want some music to show. So I am going to stick this here. And then I'm going to take my scissors. Where's my little one? And I am going to make a bigger flag. So it's on a flag, but then we're going to cut a bigger flag out. That makes sense. Like that. Might as well use this paper up. I don't want it to go to waste. And then I was going to stick that there. Kind of like a little tab. And then I had these two little leaves too. So we can stick those somewhere. We'll figure it out. Let me glue this first. This is what happens when your glue gets... starts to bubble at the top when I have it laying down, when it gets towards the end. Ooh. Okay, make sure I'm in camera, y'all. Okay, so that's up there. And then let's figure out where we want... I love this, the shading on this tree, on this leaf. Now, if you don't have it already shaded out, if you guys could see that, the shading right there. It came like that for me, but if you don't, just take some ink and ink up the edges, and that's the look you'll get as well. Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, which way did I have it? I always forget. Another tip that I've gotten, if you do lay everything on your page, and I've done this before, so if you lay everything on your page and then you got to go back and glue it all down, but you don't want to forget how you had it laid out, take a picture with your phone. Since I am filming with my phone, I can't do that, but if you are at home alone, you can take a picture with your phone and then you have a reference, and then you can, you know, put all your pieces to the side or whatever and look at the picture on your phone. And then you'll know how you had your page laid out. And then it's easier to glue it all back the way you had it. Because my brain, I can't remember from moment to moment, you know, how I had things. My short-term memory is not that great. Neither is my long-term memory. Neither one. Oh, so sad. So sad. Let's see, do we want that one or do we want this one? We could add that and that. Ooh, I kind of like that. Okay. We'll glue this. I just want to use up what I have here. I don't want this to go to waste, so let's put it on the page. I'm really trying to use up a lot of the materials I have. I don't want things to go to waste. Let's see. Ooh, you can see how if you pull this, it'll tear. So the whole thing could unravel. So let's put a lot of glue on these edges here, the ends. Put a lot on those edges there. Make sure it doesn't unravel. It's so hard to work on a book that is on an angle. I guess if I opened it the whole way and didn't have this underneath, it'd be easier. It's harder to film though with that. Let me see if I can. Let me move all that. That makes it a little bit easier. Let's see, am I still on camera for y'all? There we go. Okay, so then the last thing, the last thing is putting a title on. And what I'm probably going to do is just grab stencil, because I don't want to write it in my own handwriting. I'm going to do my prayer right here. So I'm going to do, just write my prayer here. I think my title is going to be Healing is Coming. And I'm going to do it with some kind of stencil. So I'm going to find some lettering stencils. You could do it with stamps, stickers, write your own writing. But I'm going to just use some stencils. And I'm probably going to use this pen, this brown pen, because it's like the same color as this. And I'm going to write Healing is Coming. And then do my prayer right here. So there you all go. There's the page. So can you all see it up close? So there's our little leaf, all of our other leaves. And I love the fact that the leaves kind of symbolize, it looks like death. It looks like, you know, the leaves are falling, everything's dying, it's fall, it's that time of year. But we know spring is just around the corner, y'all. So, yeah, healing is coming. I love that. So thank you all again for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Continue journaling through Jeremiah. Love y'all. Bye.